All right, everybody. I love the everybody because I don't know that there is anybody. Just kidding. I know you're watching Bill, especially this month. It's been a while. I feel like. Well, no, not. I think it actually has been a while since I rec- we recorded because I'm doing these once a week now instead of twice. Anyways, I was gonna do my whole regular warm up, but as per usual, I got sidetracked. And anyways, I'm gonna let my guest in, and oh yeah, all right, I'm gonna let Andrew in, and here we go. Welcome to Missing the Homies.
What's
Yo.
going on?
Brr, 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 brr.
Oh
Nothing.
shoot, we're already recording. Holy crap.
Yeah, is that all right?
Yeah, no, it's fine. Off to the races. Let's go. Oh,
Dude, I'm sorry. I'm like, I have not to complain, but I've just been like running around with a bunch of shit to do lately. And this month has been so unbelievably packed because my internship and the job at the theater are like converging right now. And then
oh.
like it's getting super busy at work, and then the
Mhm.
theater, the show is starting next week, and we're doing this. So damn it, my
Mhm.
light just died. Shit.
Oh no.
um, and then we're doing this, so like I
Okay.
got to shoot the vlogs and everything, and I'm just like
Mhm.
crazy. Yeah.
Keeping you alive. What is this theater gig?
So I'm stage. Sorry. Um, I
I mean, if you've already described it in another in another vlog, um,
I
I guess
have
I didn't
not.
watch the videos.
No, no. Have I? I don't know. So the theater gig is I'm stage managing for this. Um, it's sort of like an after school theater program. Um,
Okay.
and it's like for middle school to high school age kids. And they're
Mhm.
doing like I think 4 or 5 different shows right now. But I got mixed up in all this because I did this shoot with my buddy Grant, and
Mhm.
he's like they're looking for an audio guy. I gave them your name. He's like they're probably gonna call you. He's like he's like just do it for me. He's like I need some help on the shoot. I was like okay, whatever. I was like if I don't have anything going on this weekend, I'll go. So
Mhm.
I had nothing. Wound up going. Met a bunch of cool people. Like everybody was so much fun. It was a weekend long shoot, so it wasn't.
Mhm.
I mean, normally a 12-hour is kind of like asking a lot. So it's for a student film. Pants.
Okay. So
God
I'm back there. About to destroy your living.
damn. Dude, we just moved we moved this whole back room around, and for like 10 minutes before I even sent you
I'm
the
just gonna put
link.
it out there. That is a lot of perilously perched items to have as a cat owner.
Yes. Surprisingly
Yep.
they haven't fallen yet. I'm more worried because our whole apartment, I mean, you can kind of see it from here. It's like slanted forward. Like this bookshelf,
Oh,
instead of standing straight up, literally is like
right.
leaning like that.
Is that an apartment and not a shelf thing?
Oh yeah. No, it's an apartment thing. There's
What's
not
your
a
rent?
level there is not a level floor in this entire
Mhm.
place.
How much do you pay for rent?
How much? 1800 before.
1,800.
Hey, stop it.
Okay. Yeah, I
Um
think it might be one of those deals where every degree of flatness on your floors is an extra $200.
Oh, I think that's what it is. They were like, "How flat do you want your floors?" I was like, you know. It's not really a concern of mine, but now I'm gonna have to go up.
Right.
Anyways, so this so this the shoot that I was on, everybody was super cool,
Mhm.
and they were all theater people. Like had
Mhm.
they all met doing shows and uh working together. So I was like, oh okay, because they were already friends. So I was like, oh okay,
Okay.
whatever. And I have always wanted to do theater, but in high school, I felt like I didn't have the chops for it. So like
Right.
after I'm sitting here like, I wish I would have. So I was just telling them all of that, and they're like, "Oh well, I don't know, maybe, like it's not too late." And I was like, "Oh, I don't think it is." But so a
Right.
week or two after, the producer of the short, my friend Becca, she called me and she's like, "Hey, have
Mhm.
you ever stage managed for a show?" And I was like, "No." And I literally texted her. I said, "Never in my life, but I'm
No, no, no,
down to
no, no.
learn."
This is the moment where you say, yes, absolutely I have. And then you figure it out.
See, that's what I thought after. I was like, maybe I should have said that. But I literally texted her,
Right.
nope, but I'm down to learn. And then she called me the next day. I didn't hear anything the rest
Mhm.
of the day, so I was like, oh, okay, whatever. That's a no. Whatever the offer was, it's gone. She called me the next day.
Right.
She's like, "Hey, are you down? Are you free to have lunch?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's go." We went, had lunch, and she was like, "Okay, so this is the deal. This is what's gonna happen. This is what you need to know." I was like, "Oh shit, okay." Um,
Not bad.
and then I got a crash course, and
Mhm.
now I'm a
Now you're
theater
a
kid.
professional. You're a
Now,
theater kid. You're Doran.
yeah, I don't know. When I told Doran, Doran was like giving me all of this. Not he wasn't mansplaining. He was giving me a lot of advice.
Mhm.
But all of the advice he was giving me was stuff that my friend Becca and Noah had told me. But
Right.
I was like, okay, so is this all stuff that I'm gonna have to do for this show? And they're like,
Mhm.
no. They're like, that's at a higher professional level. They're like, you're gonna have to do sound and lights. I was like, I can do that.
Right. Got it.
So all of
So how
Doran's,
long you been? Well, how long you been with them now?
um, it's been a couple months since September, I think. Yeah, so like
Nice. That's
September,
super cool.
September, October, right? November? Yeah, like 2 months. Yeah, not too bad.
I hate how time is.
Yeah, moving
That's pretty
forward.
cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
so it's
look at you
been,
being a professional audio guy, working in the theater,
dude,
working everywhere, man.
it's weird. And then at my other gig, I'm editing stuff all the time, and I'm like,
Right.
I had like a really weird moment. Also, I'm so sorry. I literally I sound like I'm riding my own dick right now. This is not all I'm gonna talk about.
No, see this is a therapy session. This is okay. It's for healing.
I literally have been so stressed, and I was like, "Ugh." I finally got the chance to watch your wedding video, and I was
Oh,
like,
nice.
so first off,
For
fucking
for the
great.
viewers at home. Right.
Oh yes.
For the oh yes.
Toast recut his wedding video. Now that he shot a wedding, he was like, well, I can do better.
To be honest,
And
I tried to shoot a vlog for our honeymoon.
mhm.
Uh gosh,
Oh, I
yeah.
remember. I
So
got the clips.
did I send them to you?
Not all of them, but you sent me a clip for my vlog that came out while you guys were on your honeymoon.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah, so oh that's right. I remember that now. Yeah, I shot a bunch of stuff on this honeymoon, but at the time I only had my cell phone.
Hmm.
Well, I had like a one of the
You had
Nikon.
the A6300, right? No,
No,
you had a Nikon.
I had a Nikon, the entry level
Ooh.
Nikon, like the D3200,
Hmm.
looked like ass in video. And I think at the time I had like a Galaxy S8. So I used that to shoot all the video. I had a little tripod, a little Joby tripod, and it worked. for the most part.
Hmm.
I just never got around to editing it or putting the video together. So I think that's just one of the things I have to set a weekend aside and do.
So, but that is not
Or
the
if it's
wedding
in
video. That is not the wedding video we're talking about.
no. So the wedding video we're talking about.
Oh, see, God, that
I'll
was
give a
much
quick
better.
rundown. So this happened, was it 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago at this point?
Yeah, I would.
2 weeks ago. Actually, shoot, I know
Time doesn't
exactly when
matter.
it is. Time is irrelevant.
We're in a simulation.
Friday the 21st, October 21st.
Oh,
So
okay. Wow. So
yeah, it's been a little bit already. Um anyway, my boss email or he texted me a week before that. So I guess on October 14th. And he basically said, "Hey, do you want to make some extra money?" I said, "Yes, of
the
course."
text you always want from your boss.
Exactly. So I guess his wife, um, she, I think she spent a bit of her time to kind of plan her sister's wedding, and through that kind of, well, I guess she did a good enough job, like doing all the flowers, all that stuff, that I guess she got recognized by one of her friends as somebody that could potentially
Plan
plan
party.
a whole wedding, right? Um, so she knew a person, so it was kind of a friend of a friend type of situation who was planning on getting married. It was supposed to be a low key, maybe 30, 40 people backyard type of wedding. Um, and she got signed on to do all the wedding planning for that. So she said, yeah, sure. This was back in April. I think
Oh
back in
wow.
April. So a ton of time, ton of time. Um, a week and a half roughly before that wedding was supposed to happen, they abruptly changed plans. Now it was going to be a wedding in Detroit with 150 people.
Significant boost.
Right. All of a
Also,
sudden,
also tell where was it at? Where was it at again? It
so
wasn't just
they
in
they
Detroit.
love this venue. They have like a romance of Motown, all that stuff. So they went to the Highlands restaurant at the top of the Renaissance Center, but it was the floor above the restaurant, so the 72nd floor. So if you ever see the little square sign, the little display that they have up there, it's right next to that. So yeah, big sign. Um, so as it became known to me, so basically what happened is they fell in love with this venue. They loved it so much that they wanted a videographer for it. And trying to get a videographer a week out of your wedding,
Is absolutely fucking insane. That
either
is the stupidest shit.
it's
Like
not.
they got so I just need it to be known that they got so lucky with you.
Yeah,
Because
they
not
did.
only did you do it, you
I did
put
it.
you put so much time and
Mhm.
care and attention into it. For
Right.
a week out, get the fuck
Right.
out of here.
Yeah. So he texted me that night. He said, "Hey, do you want to shoot video for this? I told my wife you have a camera." And I'm like, "Well, yes, I do have a camera." But that's kind of a lot. So I talked to her, got all the details, and for basically that whole week, I just started to think about everything that I wanted to do, everything that I needed to make it happen. And the list just kept getting longer. So not only did they get a clutch wedding videographer, whom I would have to say I did a pretty good job.
You
I
killed
made
it.
them happy,
You
but they
killed
only
it.
paid they only paid me $500.
Yeah, they got an absolute fucking
They,
steal. Not only did they get you, they got you good.
I mean, I set the expectation that I've never done this before in my whole life, and $500. I mean, I did them good.
Which I feel like is, pretty respectable for something you've never done. $500 is not nothing. Like
Yeah. What was your take on the video? I never
I
get your.
I really liked it. I really liked how you I really liked all the B-roll at the beginning.
Mhm.
Like I loved the like just nice transitions and the music you picked. I was like, "Oh, this is just like
It was the first royalty free thing that popped up on YouTube.
hell yeah. Hell yeah. Royalty free music
So good.
to the death."
They got my
Um
subscribe.
and I mean the actual like ceremony was whatever. I kind of skipped through that. I'm like,
I had to have that in there.
yeah, I'm like, I don't know these people. I don't care how in love they are. But I did like the bow tie ass guy
Oh yeah.
with his whole stand up routine. I was like, what is
He
this?
was a savage in a
Uh,
boomer way. I loved it.
yeah, I was like, somebody get him off the stage. Um, but yeah, no,
If it wasn't already made apparent to the audience at home, it became aware to I became aware of it partway through planning this whole thing that the groom was cousins with the fashion designer Kenneth Cole. Kenny was in fact
yeah,
at the
yeah,
wedding,
yeah. If that wasn't clear,
and they paid me 500 bones.
yeah,
What is
it,
this?
yeah. I also forgot to say I loved the subtle Kenneth Cole branding that you put on your video.
Shut
It
up.
had the little watermark in the corner.
I really should have.
That would have been so fun. Oh my god. Could you imagine at the very end you just put like a Kenneth Cole like it's a
Dedicated to Kenny.
like the whole wedding video was a Kenneth Cole ad like shot on iPhone but
Be like reaction.
oh my
So
gosh, some
stupid.
Macy's ass
Really,
shit.
really, what I should have done was produce
Macy's.
the video, gave them a quick snippet, and
Yeah.
then immediately held it for ransom. Send a ransom letter, like a chopped off hand to Kenny. Be like, if you want to see this video live.
Yo, I'll tell you what, the couple big projects that I did after college like that, like editing like shooting a wedding video, this I did some pictures for like this putter guy.
Mhm.
Every
Oh, I
time
remember you setting that up. I remember that.
yeah, and
Yeah.
looking back at because I have those pictures like saved in my like best pictures ever, and they're not the best pictures ever, but I like remember editing them and being like really proud of me, like wow, these are really good. And so like
That actually kind of ties into this whole thing we did last week, eh? This whole
yes,
wedding thing.
um, oh, what was I saying? What was I just saying? Oh, I completely lost my train of thought. Damn it.
Putters.
Oh, um, Oh, every time I did a job like that, I would have to meet would have to meet these people in a parking lot, and they just gave me a Manila folder full of money. Like especially the putter guy, I remember meeting him at a fucking what is it? Culver's. And he just gave me like an envelope full of like I think it was
Like
like
covered in grease
yeah,
stains.
I was like I feel dirty. I was like, even though I did nothing. But anyways, yes, the videos we did last week. Well, you did, not me,
Shoot.
dude. I was so bummed, but
I get it. I get it. You're
yeah,
busy. You're busy. I know.
and
I
I
tried.
no, dude, you didn't try. You demolished it.
I kind of want to see your old putter stuff, though.
I'll send
I'm
it to you.
interested. I'm
It's
interested.
it's all pictures though. I don't think it's I don't think
Mhm.
I did any video for it.
Okay.
But
I mean, I'd
yeah,
like to see it either way.
yeah,
I mean,
that's actually
mhm.
that was some product photography. Not to the degree of your product photography or videography.
If you haven't watched the last video, it went live on Friday.
Yeah, watch
Check
the
it
last
out.
vid.
Link in
Will
the
be
bio.
the video will be linked in the comments below. Check it down, or it'll be in the.
Thank you for your other view, Dad. Appreciate it.
Dude, your dad was ruthless with
He
his
doesn't
critique.
stop. The man woke up angry and he's just taking it out on me.
But I loved it. Like, what did you? I know you said it was way harder than you imagined,
Mm.
but like, what was the? I guess what was the hardest part? Because I've never
Um,
shot anything like that, and I don't have anywhere near the gear you have for it. So,
right. So I think what gave me the hardest. So I think like with anything in photography and videography, gear helps a lot.
yeah,
um Doing the rotating shots, I had it was kind of like the charcuterie tray looking thing, but
I was wondering what you
it
used for
was a
that.
revolving base.
It's a lazy
So
Susan.
yeah. Oh, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Oh shoot. Okay, I got a lazy Susan. Threw that up on the table, but just conveniently cropped out the bottom so I can kind of grab the bottom and spin it around. Um, but it's just if you had a little motorized platform that could rotate on its own, that'd be cool.
Hmm.
Um, there were a few shots. So I checked out that guy on YouTube that you mentioned.
Was it Dan Schiffer?
Yeah, yeah, it
Yes,
was. And
dude.
I'd seen his stuff pop up on Reddit. He did a kind of little BS posts or whatever, and he just dropped the video in there. But yeah, exactly him.
Dude,
Um,
Dan Schiffer's the fucking man. His stuff is
I spent the last week just watching his stuff, and it's amazing. So I kind of it's so cool how they do it because a lot of how they achieve things is just very they have a shot that they want to do or some cool effect, and they have just super practical solutions to achieving them. It's just
like,
if I want a bunch of like vegetables to fly up in front of the screen or something,
oh,
he's
you're
just
saying like the way
yeah,
the
yeah. He
practicals of
takes
how they do it.
he takes a little Ziploc bag, puts all the veggies there, and sprinkles some water on it, and then just pulls it tight, and it flings up in front of the camera. So it's just he does the lighting setup, he does the background or the backdrop setup, and he's got the camera with like very simple settings on it. He just hits record and then otherwise manipulates some object to get the shot. And you might have to do it a few takes to get it right, but it's just super practical, super low tech solutions to getting the right shot. And that's why I feel even if you're lacking some of the equipment that can help,
You
you can
can
at
make
least do
up for
something
it.
cool.
Yeah. And
Um, yeah,
I
so some of the shots that I saw in some of his videos, I thought, I didn't do anything super creative. It was more or less an attempt at. I've seen some shots. Let's see if I can also kind of pull those off,
yeah,
or how
which
would I approach this? Right?
I feel like that is a way that honestly, like, not to, I feel like that's always such a good place to start. And even like what I'm still doing, it's funny that you said that because, like, for my video
Mm-hmm.
coming out Wednesday, make sure to stay tuned.
Ooh.
um, I I don't want to spoil it, but oh wait, I already told you I'm doing a commercial. Or that was
Yeah,
yeah. So
that was the challenge. Yeah.
I spent all this morning. Well, that's not the real fucking challenge. The real challenge is finding four people who are free on my weird schedule. And
Should have
uh
posted last week.
I know. Like literally after this, immediately after we hang up, I'm gonna edit this video real quick, post it, and I'm running to two of my friends' house to record our bits for this
Nice.
vlog that is gonna come out on
Good
Wednesday.
man. Good man.
um,
The quality you guys don't even know the quality of the content you're getting this month. It's amazing.
literally and that's like at the begin before this month happened, and we like figured that you were gonna be the guest for this month. I was like, November is going to be so busy, and I know Toast videos are going to be on 10, and I can't come lacking with a low effort meme ass video because literally I
I
thought
mean, you could. It just wouldn't be good for your brand.
it wouldn't be good for my soul. There would be chicken noodle. I would need one of those chicken noodle soup for the young adult man's soul. Do you remember those books?
Stupid. I hated them.
Do you remember them?
Actually, to be, I remember them.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think I ever
I
read
was
them.
like, no, I wouldn't read.
Well, they had chicken noodle soup for everything.
They need a chicken noodle soup for a young man's soul.
Chicken noodle soup for your like guinea pig's recently departed soul.
Rip. Chicken noodle soup for a father of two's soul. um, but yeah, so I spent all
That that's
morning.
that's a lot of soup you need
That's a
right there.
lot of soup. You need
A
that's
lot of fucking soup.
four people's worth of soup. Um, but so I spent I spent this morning watching commercials that I like wanted that I that had the like vibe that I was going for, And it wasn't so much
Mhm.
like, okay, let me make something completely different. It was, okay, I really liked this. I'm just going to do it
Mhm.
exactly.
And
And then
yeah,
like
and it's hard to
I don't have enough gear, so I'm
right,
f- kind of figuring
improvise.
out what I can do with my two cameras and
Right.
hopefully.
And pushing that to the limits is kind of the fun. See what you can pull off with the limited equipment. Um it's fun too because I think part of the fun for me is just if there's a type of photo you're trying to get or a type of shot you're trying to get, thinking about what you need is super rewarding to me because I'll think about a shot and be like, okay, well, if I want to get this element, I'd probably need to set my aperture to this, or turn my shutter speed here, so I'll probably need an ND filter on there. Blah 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 blah
Hmm.
blah. So I think about it conceptually, and it's just turning concept into you know an actual effort to get the shot, and then seeing it come out. I mean, it's the best way to learn,
Hmm.
honestly. And you get comfortable with what your gear can do. You learn new things, new techniques that you never would have thought, and then you can kind of take that to the next level. And that's
How
basically all I've been doing with photography and stuff. So
how long did the video take you to edit? Cuz shoot, I'm sure it took you the night.
not long.
Really?
The shoot. So I started after the kids went to bed. So we're talking maybe 8 p.m. around there.
Dude, that was just the
I took
weirdest
all the
sentence you've
equipment.
ever said. That was so wild.
Well, when the kids go to bed.
I
No,
loved
I
it.
started around 8. Well, I didn't have anything set up, so I brought the lights down. I got my foldy table out, threw up the black backdrop,
Hmm.
um, and then I really wanted to do kind of like a water Duncan shot.
Hmm.
Um,
You
turns
need a
out
fish tank.
that
That's one thing that I've noticed
I need a fishing. I
from watching Dan Schiffer's shit. You need a fish tank, which
Yeah,
is
you need a fish
crazy.
tank. And I wanted to pull that off, and I was looking around the basement for anything that could hold water and was clear, and the best I came up with was like a bin with a clear Rubbermaid bin,
Hmm.
but it's
It's like
hazy.
frosted. Yeah.
It's kind of hazy, so it just didn't look great.
It's
And there's
cigarette
a lot I could
smoker
have done with the
car
lighting and
windows.
Munder window, yeah.
No, that's Al Capone
So
haze.
yeah, right. I tried to dehaze the clips of those and got them about as good as I could get them. But
Oh
yeah,
wait,
the fish
so
tank,
you did use that?
the Rubbermaid,
Yeah, you
yeah.
used it? Oh shit, I didn't even
Yeah.
notice.
I mean,
Oh.
yeah, it did. It wasn't super clear. It definitely. I mean, you get nice shots through a nice lens, a nice piece of glass. All
Hmm.
of a sudden, you're passing all that light through a $20 plastic bin. It kind of ruins the shot a
The
little bit.
cheapest
Um,
ND filter you could get.
Oof, that's at least two stops. Um,
Fucking A.
yeah, it didn't look great. So if I were to gonna, and that's kind of why it teased me a little bit because
Hmm.
I know with a fish tank, with a little rotating platform, with just a couple more things, maybe even a little slidey rail for the camera,
Hmm. Like a little dolly.
I could have done so much more.
You know what?
But
You know what you
that being said, getting back to the original question, it took me roughly 2 hours to get all the shots to set up, do the shots, and then it took me maybe an hour and a half to edit. It wasn't much.
Holy shit, dude, you're a fucking monster. That would have
It
taken me
wasn't
so
much.
long. I'm
I mean, yeah. I mean, literally all I did was, I had a good number of clips. I deleted all the ones that looked like garbage. Grabbed all
okay,
the
so
ones that I
that's
wanted to, and then just I slowed them all down by, I shot at 120 FPS. So,
mhm.
um, I slowed everything down to about a quarter speed, a quarter to 50% speed, depending on the shot. Um, yeah, it just kind of snapped everything together. Just wasn't too much. Threw some music over top. Called it a day.
Hell yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I did a little something different with this video is I outlined it, which I do for every now and then. On more complicated videos I try to
Hmm.
script, but I
Hmm.
outlined mine this morning and there's our 10-minute warning.
Oh no.
Um and I'm one of my biggest problems is that I always go too long or put
Hmm.
too much, I feel like. And a lot of it, I feel like, is talking to camera. And this one, there's almost no direct talking to camera. And I'm like kind of excited to try it because I. I mean, I feel like I use the talking to
Hmm.
camera as a crutch sometimes, and I'm gonna
Right.
do a little voiceover work, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be, um,
That's
I'm like,
cool.
yeah,
It
it'll be
gets you
fun.
out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, and especially since I'm hoping that my outline tonight helped because I'm gonna try and shoot this tomorrow morning before I leave for work.
Right.
So
God.
I hope I have your speed and can knock this out in 2 hours,
Let my editing prowess wash onto you.
dude. That's so
Yeah, you'll be all
crazy
right. You'll be all
that
right.
it took you so fast. Like, oh,
Yeah, it it was just, I mean, it was a super short clip. It was less than a minute
mm.
edited out. So, um, yeah, and
Oh,
you know,
okay, yeah.
I guess there was no real structure to it either. I mean, well, I think I bucketed the clips down into different types of shots. So I had like spinny shots, water dripping shots, um, pouring liquid
I
shots, those kind of things.
really
So I
loved
just bucketed them.
I really loved your like close up
Mhm.
water droplets. That was like I knew
They were pretty cool.
I knew that was gonna be included because you said you were gonna do, like, oh,
Yeah.
so nice. That is like
Oh.
you need a good lens for that.
Got some tin shears, whipping them around.
Hell yeah.
um, New equipment I want to get.
Ooh,
This whole product thing, it's so fun. It's so cool to see it, and even just getting a close up macro shot of a can sweating is just oh oh,
did you use
just looks
your
so clean.
100 to 400 or the 85?
No, I used my 90 macro.
Ooh. So what's
Hmm.
the new piece of equipment you want to get?
So I got this idea from watching some of those shipper videos and other um and I've seen this before. I think Marquez uses one
That's another
for
guy.
a lot of his
Love
for a lot of
Marquez's
his
videos.
intro stuff. His intros are tight, absolutely phenomenal. But they use one of those probe lenses. Have you seen those?
Oh, like the really long tube ones?
Yeah,
Those are
so
I
cool.
love how they
Yeah, it's a I think it's a 24 mil f14. It's like a looks like a mosquito proboscis or something, right? It's
proboscis.
got a little
Whoa.
word of the day.
That's
It's got an LED ring on the tip of it, right?
uh-huh.
You can power externally, but it does such cool shots. I mean,
So
it's a
sick.
wide enough angle. It's I think a 2-to-1 macro magnification ratio
Hmm.
at 24 mil. And the fact that it's just this super long, narrow lens, you can just get into things in and amongst things. It almost makes it look um, almost like you were miniaturized and kind
Yeah,
of
I was gonna say,
miniatured.
and especially
Yeah,
with,
yeah.
like throwing that at 120 frames, like you could even just like
Mm-hmm.
I've seen um when those were popping, I'd say probably like a year and a half ago. I saw a bunch of them on
Yeah.
like TikTok and stuff, and it was just like
Mm-hmm.
even like putting it into a bag of chips and like pulling back, just that
Oh yeah,
slow pullback is
yeah. And
so, oh my god.
it's so simple. The amount of great shots you can pull off with decent. Well, I mean, you need a considerable amount of light at f14,
Yeah.
but that lens, a good amount of lighting, and smacking that camera on a focusing rail or something.
Yeah. Dude,
Oh,
actually, even
baby. Mhm.
before you buy rails, I seen this thing. It's like a little it's it looks like a little car. It's got four
Mhm.
wheels and it's got a peg, and you can put a I'm sure you can put a plate on it, or it might
Mhm.
just screw right into the camera, but like it's a mini dolly for your camera, and
Right.
that little thing mixed with the probe light would be like
Oh
so
God,
cool.
I want it. It's a $1,500 lens though, so not
Holy
about to.
shit.
I got to shoot another few weddings for that one.
You have to shoot precisely four more.
Unless I start getting Kenny money. If
Yeah,
it made
ask.
me, I mean, that if I were to do this again and actually get a decent amount of money, I'm asking. I think next time I'm asking bare minimum 1,000.
Yeah,
I think that's more than reasonable.
I think so, especially
That took.
with all of your gear.
I mean, I was there for 10 hours and I spent 16 hours editing.
Yeah, like,
That was a good long time,
dude, even just to
and
shoot,
I
like,
spent $800 to do
yeah,
it.
like you could even, if they're like, well, $1,000 is too much, you could be like, okay, well, I could shoot it for 500, or I could edit the after
Right.
footage for $500. Like, that's super
Right.
reasonable. Would you do it again? Would
Yeah,
you shoot another
I think
wedding?
so. Oh, 100%.
Really?
Yeah. It was less scary than I thought it was going to be. Um, because I mean, it's just there's so many moments where I can't miss a shot. I really got to make sure everything works. I'm anxious about the audio not dropping out. I'm anxious about cameras overheating or stopping recording or something like that. But
Hmm.
I think I eased my worries by having backups, like backup audio recorders. I had four
Hell
cameras
yeah.
going at the same time, so even if one dropped out, I always at least had another one going. So it was a lot to manage. It was a lot more work than I expected, but would I do it again? Almost certainly. To the point where I'd almost rather shoot video for a wedding than do photo,
Hmm.
because I feel like the photo, then you have to do like the posing and
Yeah. I
the
feel like,
intimate kind of shots. And I'm not. I've never done that. Like I've
yeah.
never done the whole posing thing. So
And
I'd
that's a
I'd
whole
definitely do it again though.
skill set unto itself.
Mm-hmm.
Even
Yeah.
like the like detail shot, um, because like the guys I worked with when I shot, the
Mm-hmm.
couple weddings I did, they did like the whole like obviously not what you did because the wedding got
Mm-hmm.
thrown together at the last fucking minute, but they did like the pre like the whole day shit, like the bride getting dressed and all of that. And the way that they were shooting the B-roll of like the rings and the dress and the flowers, I was like, oh, there's like a whole like skill to it. You can't just like shoot it or light it. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's like a whole aspect to posing and like
Yeah.
I want to say fluffing, but that's like that's not, that's
Well,
not.
one could also say it's an entire job in itself, right?
Right.
Also, we have just over a minute left of time. I think we need to figure out what we're doing for next videos.
Toast, I fucking love you because literally every single person I record with does not pay attention, and you're the one who's paying attention. All right, less than a minute now.
You're wasting
Okay,
time.
so your challenge. Oh, I had one for you, and then I
I've got one
forgot.
for you. I'm gonna spit it out really quick.
Hit me.
Discover a new talent and show
Ah,
it off.
I have an old talent that I've rediscovered. Can I do that?
You can do that too. You can do
Oh
that
my
too.
god. Okay, I am so excited to make this video. What was I gonna make yours? I literally had it. Um.
if you can't think of it now, it'll be a surprise for Friday.
I know. I just I'll if I can't think of it, I'll put in my video on Wednesday.
Beauty.
Yeah. All right. Or I'll
I'm
text
for
you. Or I'll text you. But more than likely I'll text you tonight about it. Okay, peace before it kicks us out. Toast. Love you,
See you,
bro.
man.
I'll talk to you soon.
Love you. And we're back.
And we're back. Okay, so I remembered immediately after we hung up, it struck me like divine intervention while I was peeing. My challenge for you in your next vlog/video is to include the musical stylings of the Mountain Dews, the Mountain Dew boys, I
The
forget
Mountain Dew man.
the Mountain Dew man. I was so close. Damn.
All right.
Um,
So what we're gonna do is shoot a music video, and I'm gonna cover a whole song and shoot a music video for it. How about
I'm
that?
so excited. I still to this day haven't heard any of the music. I just have been told about it. This is literally like this is my personal like urban legend that is about to be confirmed. They say never meet your heroes, kids. That's a lie. You just
There's
haven't had
there's
a
two
hero.
things. There's two things that we believe. We believe that Mountain Dew is the elixir of the gods, and we believe that anybody that drinks Mellow Yellow is a dirty bam jam and hippie. Needs to go burn in hell.
Yeah, it's code red all day. Code red gamer fuel.
Oh, dude, I don't mess with Code Red. I
No,
always
I don't either.
thought that was gross.
Code red tastes
Um,
like cough syrup.
what was the blue one? No.
Oh, voltage. That's the best one. No lie. I love
Oh,
voltage to this
100%.
day.
So good. So good. Absolutely phenomenal. Though in my old age, I don't really drink much Mountain Dew anymore.
Dude, I have
It
cut
gives
back
my heart
way
the
on pop.
flutters.
This is what I'm on.
Ooh. Oh yeah.
I just started
Okay.
drinking tea
Okay.
too. I
Okay.
finally found a tea I like. I'm lit.
I was in such a hurry to get on this call. I didn't even grab a beer.
Damn. You also said you had something else to say?
Oh yeah. So as of recording, I
As
think
of
I'm gonna
recording
say
just
I
now?
think I'm gonna refer to
like
that
like
as
30
of
seconds ago?
recording right now. We have a full moon, ladies and gentlemen. This also happens to be the beaver moon. It's the beaver moon because I guess back in the fur trapping days in the 17, 1800s, it was around this time that the beavers go into hibernation, but was also the ideal time that trappers would trap the beavers and then harvest their pelt
Hmm.
for the winter months ahead. Hence the beaver moon, which is kind of cool. Um, but more importantly, it's also a blood moon, which means we're getting a full lunar eclipse tonight.
Oh, is that
I,
tonight? Tonight?
it's I think it reaches its peak at 6 a.m. Eastern time, so 5 a.m. your time.
Oh, no fucking way I'm going to see
Um,
that.
actually, oh, wait, hold up one sec. I'm getting somewhere with this. Trust me,
Hold up.
trust me, trust me. Hold up. So Eastern time speaking, so the eclipse phase starts at 4 a.m. here.
Yes.
Uh
So it'd be 3 a.m. here.
50% partial shadow is at 4:44 here. So 3:44 your time. Totality starts, so when the entirety of the moon itself is in shadow,
Yes.
begins at 5:17, and then you see a range of colors sweep across the surface of the moon as the intensity of the shadow kind of passes over. So 5:17 it begins, 6 o'clock is the greatest eclipse, and totality ends at 6:42 when it starts to illuminate again. So
Oh
we
my
got about
gosh.
an hour and a half ish.
Starting at 5 a.m.
Hour and a half starting at 5:17 is totality until 6:42. I am gonna get up early because I got to catch that worm. But I got the 200 to 600 with an 1.4 teleconverter on it.
Oh,
So we're
did
going
you rent
eight.
that? You copped it? Dude.
Um, 840 mil straight out the camera at 33 megapixel. When I crop that down to APS-C, now we're talking 1200 mil at 24 megapixels.
Dude,
It's gonna look
nasty.
fine. And I'm planning at least 1,000 images that I'm gonna stack.
You're
I think
gonna
what
you're gonna
I
have
think what I think
such a
I think what I'm
nice.
probably gonna do is take 1,000 shots, take the top 10% as far as sharpness is concerned,
Yeah.
because every shot's gonna like the atmosphere is gonna mess with you some way.
Yeah.
Take the top 10%, stack it all, and yeah,
Dude.
I've never done stacking before, but have I learned a lot about it. I just
Yeah.
haven't done it yet. So this is
Perfect
how it's
time to
done.
practice.
This is it.
Can I tell you last thing before we hang out?
Hit me with it.
My very first vlog, very first time I ever made a video, put it out on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
like with my own name, all of my whatever, was maybe 5 or 6 years ago. There was another
Mm-hmm.
blood moon, and me and my buddy Demi went and we were gonna go catch it in Ann Arbor,
Right.
and we were up at like 3 a.m. We drove out to Ann Arbor, and this vlog that I made is the absolute shittiest video I have ever watched. Half of it is dark. So, like, not dark, like, oh, yeah, I could kind of see. It's like black. Like, you can't see
Imperceptibly
what's going on.
black.
And yeah, so wow, that just hit me while you were talking about that. That's
Mhm.
nuts.
And we've come full circle.
Full circle.
Beautiful. Yeah, so I'll let you know how that goes.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm
Oh, I
hoping
want to
to
see.
hoping to process it tomorrow sometime. Um, it'll go up on my Insta. Follow my Insta right here.
Oh, no,
We
no,
don't
no,
have
no.
to do that. We don't
I
have
can't.
to.
This is so late. This is just barely gonna make it in on Monday. No editing. I'm gonna cut these two. I'm not even gonna cut these two clips. They're just gonna be butted up against each other.
Love it.
All right, dog. I will
All
talk
right.
to you. Good luck with your beaver moon slash blood moon.
It's a bloody beaver moon.
A bloody beaver moon. Yeah, that only happens once a month, right? 1 week a month. And on that, we'll catch you.